What starts the second quarter is, of course, the big one, the one that everyone left the draw sort of thinking of: Zverev Nadal. I know that there have been some new, like, there's been some info, right, in the past few days circulating that, like, Rafa feels better than before. Rafa is ready. He played a practice with Holger Rune where he apparently looked pretty fine. I have to, well, I'm not feeling as confident as I was in the Zverev victory when I saw the draw initially, but I'm still feeling pretty confident in it. You guys remember that match against Hurkacz Nadal played at Rome? I mean, I know that some Nadal fans probably want to forget that, and Nadal probably wants to forget that as well. But that was also an event where before it actually happened, like, Rafa was also talking about like practicing well and like being ready. And then he plays Hurkacz and it's not a match. Like, it's just not competitive whatsoever. And I think there's a fair few similarities between the Zverev and the Hurkacz matchup. One of them being the fact that if Rafa won't get back his like ground stroke penetration, or however you want to call it, basically if his ground strokes won't be doing the damage, and he once again has to just rely on high topspin tennis IQ, like, that's not really something that works against Zverev, I think, because he's so strong on the backhand side. And it's similar to Hurkacz. Like, they cover their backhand sides so well. I mean, especially Zverev, who of course has one of the best backhands in the game. Hurkacz probably not too potent offensively, but definitely he covers it well on the backhand side. That, like, they're really good against lefties in general. And yeah, like, if Rafa cannot produce any damage of the ground with his ground strokes, it's going to be a very tough matchup. And the serve advantage is as well huge as it was in Hurkacz Nadal, as it will be in Zverev Nadal. Personally, I think that Zverev is going to win this match. I think that Zverev is going to go pretty deep. Zverev, like, the fact that he's in the Novak half as well, I think Zverev really enjoyed this draw. I know what sort of risks peaking Zverev, or like expecting him to go deep at a slam. I know what sort of risks go along with it. You know, we've seen it all a billion times before. Like, Zverev goes into a slam as like a, let's say, a big contender, and then in the second round he plays a useless five setter against someone, whoever it is, really. We've seen it before. I think it might happen. I mean, he gets Giovanni Pecci Pericard in the second round here potentially. I don't know if Pecci Pericard will win against Goffin, but he already beat him in Antwerp last year. Goffin doesn't seem like he's going to be back to his old self whatsoever. And I think that he might actually cause some issues to Zverev. Is there an argument that maybe Nadal is even less of a threat to Zverev right now than Pecci Pericard? Very interesting idea, very interesting potentially discussion to be had. However, when it comes to Mr. Nadal, I saw a prediction, for example, from someone today who said that, like, had him in the quarters. I don't know. I really don't. I really have no idea. But anyway, I don't buy into it right now. Let's just say that. If he beats Zverev, though, yeah, the discussion is going to start from start to finish. I think that like the discussion is just going to start from scratch, is what I want to say. I think that on the draw show, I said that Zverev has like a 95% of chance to, 95% chances to beat Nadal. I have to say I've gotten a little less confident in this the past 2 days, but let's say I'm still 85%. I would be surprised if Rafa takes 2 sets, let's say. And for the crowd to have like that sort of an impact, that kind of implies that the match is going to be close in the first place. And that's where I'm kind of thinking, oh, I mean, does Rafa really get Zverev so nervous this time? Like, do we get into a scenario like Roland Garros 2022, when like Zverev is pretty much outplaying Nadal for large chunks of that match, but cannot take a set? Do we really go into that scenario? Because this time it seems like he might have even, like, maybe not more chances, but chances that will be more clear to take that set. And yeah, I did pick Zverev to go far this event. He might lose in the